The crazy
Wow.
thing is like the TSA was created due to the attacks on 9/11,
Why, they
which is
never
coming up.
existed before?
No, no.
Really?
Yeah, the TSA was created due to the attacks on 9/11. They were meant to protect the aviation travels,
Wait, so
right?
what? So who checked us before going onto a plane? Like, who was the security?
I think it was private companies, not government officials, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. And then the
I didn't know
TSA
that.
came about, just like the U.S. Patriot Act came about because of the 9/11 attacks. And
What's the Patriot Act?
The Patriot Act basically gave the government the right to infringe upon our rights, infringe upon the Fourth Amendment right, which is to illegal searches and seizures. So that's how the United States government was able to tap into our cell phones. The not the TSA, the NSA.
NSA.
They were able to tap into our phones for terrorism activity, and that's
Yeah,
when
there's
Edward
always an
Snowden.
excuse.
Yeah, that's when Edward Snowden was the whistleblower, and he said, "No, yeah, they're collecting everybody's data, not just terrorists."
Right.
But I mean, even though it doesn't, it technically expired because it expired 10 years later in 2001, and then I'm sorry, 2011. Then Obama extended it until 2015, and then it was extended again in 2015 all the way to 2019. They had the opportunity to extend it in 2020, but they weren't able to come into agreement of something, so it didn't get extended. However, they they infringed our rights and they never really gave it back, because now who has those rights is the cell phone companies. All the government has to
You're saying
do
the data.
is, yeah, the data. So the government just has to say, "Oh, we have a warrant on this person. We need to see all his data for his cell phone records and stuff like that." And they can still do so. It's just an extra thing that they have to do now, but they can easily just create something and saying that, "Oh, you're a suspect of being a terrorist because you
Yeah.
did this, this, and that, or you wrote something that goes against the government, so you're probably a terrorist." And then they can easily go and do that. Plus, on top of that, even though it expired in 2019, if they were already investigating you prior to that, they can still use all those laws that were in their side to their advantage. So they can easily say, because they already have all your data and stuff like that, they can easily say, "Nope, we were investigating him before the Patriot Act expired."
So they could do whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, yeah, they're the government. We're supposed to have that system with checks and balances, which is supposed to not allow the government to overstep their power. With absolute power comes absolute corruption. But that, to me, that's why I'm so passionate about these things of nowadays when it comes to COVID. Like, we're temporarily giving them our rights, but history shows that when you give the government your rights, you're never going to get that shit back. It's not temporary, it's forever.
Mm-hmm.
So with people just saying, "No, we're just doing this for our safety," I'm like, yeah, this is a great reason for them to take your rights. When are they going to give it back? They're not. Just like now, we just pulled out of the Middle East, out of Afghanistan and all that stuff. TSA is still going to be around. Not to say that I'm
Right.
against TSA. Like, I think we should have people that check for these things, but they can search and seize your stuff whether you like to or not.
Yeah.
They can hold immigrants for as long as they want without an explanation.
They have pictures of everyone naked, whoever traveled.
Probably.
They have they have your dick size on paper.
Yeah, I don't know. Shit is getting crazy. Shit is definitely getting out of hand.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's so much to think about, honestly. It's a lot to think about. And like the more I think about it, the more like I get into my head and the more it sort of distracts me from my priorities in life.
Which is working and not being worried about the world ending around you.
I guess so. But like what is the right thing to do?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Nobody has the answers.
Because I still want to like live up to my, I still want to accomplish my goals and achieve my dreams and all that stuff, but at the same time there's so much shit taking place in the world right now that could possibly ruin all of that. So it makes me think like what the fuck am I working for?
Yeah.
Like if all of this is going to go to shit, why am I over here working every single day trying to make my dreams come true?
That's the question that you're not going to know the answer until you get deeper into the future. You're just going to have to see what happens, what plays out.
Yeah, but like I do want to make the right choices and I don't want to waste my time. If the world is coming to an end and there's nothing we can do about it, I'm just going to say fuck everything. I'm just going to enjoy my life. Do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, see, that's why the government, if they do know that something's going to happen, that's going to be crazy, whether it's an economic depression or a food shortage or whatever, that's why they don't tell people. Because if they were to tell people, people would go fucking berserk, just like you just said. They just let it happen slowly and pretend like they didn't know shit about it.
Right. But I'm sure some individuals know too, just by doing market research.
Yeah.
Like right now, we're just kind of tapping into it and just like, talking to each other about like what we've heard. But there's people out there that are actually investigating like the paperwork and like following the money and everything that like makes them sure that something is about to go down or something is not. I don't know. It's like I know that there are some individuals out there who probably know what's going to happen in the future and are preparing themselves for it. So like,
right.
Should I prepare myself? Should I just not give a fuck? Like, what is the right thing to do here?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I think you should prepare yourself, but at the same time, you can't allow that to dictate your life.
Yeah, but if it's going to affect us, it kind of has to. It kind of does dictate your life.
I mean, it does, but you still don't know as to when it's going to happen. Like, for example, I think that an economic depression is inevitable, especially living in a capitalistic society. Unfortunately, that's just the downfall of living in a capitalistic society. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that we're capitalists, but that's just part of it. That's just the part of the monetary system. So should you be worried about that? To an extent, yes. Like, you should be prepared. You should have certain things that align to that. Have some money saved. Have this, have that. But at the same time, if you just worry about that, you're not going to live your life. You're not going to get your own work done because
you're always going to be preparing. You're always going to be acquiring things that don't necessarily bring you happiness, but just security or insurance in a way. And what if that day never comes? Then what?
Exactly.
Then you just wasted your life away preparing for something that never happened.
Exactly. Or not. I think it will come, but you don't know when it'll come. It can come tomorrow or it could come in 30 years.
Yeah.
So you've been preparing for 30 years. Then it happens. And then it's something quick. And then on to the next thing,
Right. I mean, in a way, too, like these people that are preppers who are actually actually have bunkers and like, emergency food supply and silver, gold, all that shit. Like they kind of low key want shit to happen. Wouldn't you say? Because they're prepared.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that. Like, if I had enough money, I would definitely be prepared, but I wouldn't want it to happen. But I would for sure have a bunker with a bunch of food, with weapons, with resources, gold, silver, like you said, precious metals. I'll definitely have all that, but I wouldn't want it to happen. It'll just kind of be a safety thing.
I guess. But I feel like certain people would like it to happen just so they can be like, I told you so to everybody else, who looked at them crazy for preparing.
Right.
I could just see that. I don't know. I'm not a prepper myself, but I do see certain things happening in the future that we need to start thinking about for sure.
Yeah, but if you had the money, would you be a prepper? If you're a multimillionaire.
I think I would, yeah, of course.
Same.
I would. But I don't know if, I don't know how far I would go with that, I'll probably
have a bunker or no?
See, that's the thing, because I don't know, dude. What if the bunker gets destroyed? I don't know. A lot of people have emergency food in their basements, right? And then all of a sudden you got a flood, and then what? All your shit is gone.
Right. But I mean, you can't prepare for fucking every single thing.
No.
But you could have some type of preparation.
Yeah, you could.
I remember when you lived here in
California. Honestly, I would love...
You had food out here.
I had
emergency food.
Right. And I had the N95 masks too that no one else had when the pandemic first started.
Right.
But still, that's nothing compared to what these people actually have in their bunker.
No, sure, but it's something at least.
Yeah. No, it's definitely something. I would like to have a plane. I feel or a helicopter. If worse comes to worse, I can just take off and fucking try to go somewhere. Somewhere that I know it's safe. If there is such a place when things go down. I don't know. But it would be, I would like to have the option to hop on a fucking plane and leave whenever the fuck I want. And not necessarily rely on a pilot to take me there. I can do it myself.
How to fly, buddy.
Right, of course. But if I had money, that's definitely something I'd be looking into, is knowing how to fly a plane or a helicopter and buying one eventually myself and having that shit ready to take off at any given time.
Right.
I think that would be, but then again, it's if the whole world's going into shit, where the fuck are you gonna go?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe a helicopter would be better than a plane now that I'm thinking about it, because a plane, you need a runway and a place to land. Helicopters, you can kind of take off and land anywhere as long as you have enough space.
Yeah, I agree. I just think helicopters are probably more expensive than planes,
and probably harder to operate as well.
Yeah,
it's sketchy. So sketchy.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
I don't know. How would you prepare if you had money?
I'll definitely have a bunker. That's for sure. Like I said.
Where?
I mentioned before. Somewhere more isolated. A little bit.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. What if you can't get to it? What if all the fucking airports are, the flights are canceled?
No. It would be close to my home, within a 10 to 20 mile radius.
What is isolated 10 to 20 mile radius from you?
Bro, I wouldn't have a home. I wouldn't have a home here in LA, first off. I would have a home in Georgia, and I would live in North Georgia, North Atlanta.
Yeah, but now you're picking the time of when this shit could happen.
Sure.
I'm talking about right now.
I don't even have a fucking bunker. I don't have
No, I know, but right now, right now you're living in LA, and I'm saying, what if you had the money to prepare yourself? What would you do right now? Would you move out of LA?
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, if you had money?
Yes. I don't necessarily like living here in LA. I don't agree with a lot of shit that happens out here in LA. I'm here because of the opportunity that it brings.
No, I know that, but I didn't know that if you ran across some money right now, 10 million or whatever, that you would just leave.
Yeah, I would definitely have a property out. My main place would be out in Georgia. I would probably rent an apartment out here because I would be in LA all the time. But my main place would definitely be in Georgia.
Right, but what if you're in LA and you can't get back to Georgia into your bunker?
I mean, I would have some stuff inside of my apartment at least, like for preparation, whether it's food, precious metals, some weapons, like some shit.
Yeah. What do you think is the most important thing out of all those items?
Food.
Food?
Yeah, for sure.
You don't think like weapons is up there as well?
So I mean, they're all up there. They're all up there, but if you don't fucking what's having weapons if you don't have any food? You're gonna die in a couple days.
You could steal other people's food with the weapons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do that.
Bro, desperate times comes for desperate measures. No,
I feel you. I feel you. And I mean,
I'm not saying I would do that. By the way, guys, it was just a what if scenario.
You definitely fucking would.
No, I wouldn't. Hell
if no. If the world is ending, guys, and you see Marty, fucking run. Run.